What films have you seen recently? Any decent films?
I saw the last Woody Allen film, which is kind of mediocre, which is, whatever. And I saw a documentary called Last Days of Vietnam, which is pretty amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I recommend.
Thank you. We will pass that on to our listener. Fantasy band lineups. If we finish with this. Now we Wizards have talked about it, and you're in all our bands actually, which is sucking up to you a bit much, isn't it? But nevertheless, it's true. And in my band, I've got you on lead guitar, I've got Kristen Hirsch on rhythm guitar, Bob Pollard on vocals, and John Entwistle on bass.
Yeah.
Clem Burke on drums. Who would be in your band? Or
I'll take Clem Burke.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Chris Spedding.
Okay.
Maybe Jim Carroll.
It's good.
Yeah, and have to have an offstage member.
Okay.
Like
Bez.
Maybe like an offstage member, like William Burroughs or somebody behind the merch table. You know what I mean? Just insulting
armed
people.
or not?
Insulting people.
Just
fully armed.
Fully armed.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
That would be a start.
It would be a start.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet?
Maybe Leonard Cohen playing a Casio tone.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, nice. This is we've got to do this. You've got to sort this out. Next time we come.
I'll get Mandarin on that.
Okay, just to finish off then, can we go quick fire round, which is where I'll name a band and you tell me what your favourite song is, or.
I'll try. I don't know that much about music.
Okay. How about the Ramones?
Lately I've been digging the record they made with Phil Spector. So there's a song. Do you remember Rock and Roll Radio? I think. No, I would say the what's the song about watching Get Smart on TV?
I don't know.
Danny Says or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Let's go with that.
I think it's called
Danny Says.
Soundcheck. I think it's called Danny Says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom Waits.
Oh, I like the ballads, I like On the Nickel, and, and I really like the album One from the Heart.
Yeah.
I like Broken Bicycles.
Yeah.
I think that's a really, he, of course, he's moved on from that. Yeah. But I think in terms of a guy in a trailer being given these assignments to write what was essentially like a musical, and the songs that he came up with for the characters in One from the Heart, I think are amazing. You know what I mean? Let's not forget, I don't know who wrote Over the Rainbow, but it was just one of those things.
Yeah. You're going to have to go.
Oh.
You okay? Bowie.
Oh. I think Life on Mars is really the one a lot of people cite, there's so many great Bowie tracks, I think the thing that stops me in my tracks is when I hear his vocal on Young Americans.
Okay.
And the fact that he this urgency and that's not enough. If you marry the song Young Americans with the Lars von Trier film called Dogma, and the photographs of the Danish photographer at the end of that movie, it's a montage of this Danish photographer who lived in his American ghettos and only run home to get money to buy film for his Brownie camera. When you marry those things, I think it's really incredible. So that's I think Young Americans is really it's I don't know, it's one of those great mysteries.
Have you played it?
How did he do it?
Have you played it? Do you ever play
I don't
Bowie?
know, maybe not.
No.
I know small parts of a lot of songs.
What about? Well, I've got some Manchester bands here. We're not in Manchester, but nevertheless, do you like Morrissey?
I like that song. First of the Game to Die.
Okay.
But I'm a little bit of a late bloomer with the Smiths and Morrissey.
Okay.
I don't know much about them.
About Guided by Voices?
I don't know much about Guided by Voices either. Yeah, but I dig them.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear them. And what's that? Oh, it's Guided by Voices. Yeah, that guy sounds crazy.
Yeah. Joy Division? Is that getting a bit dark?
Yeah, I don't know any of the records, but I like I like the hits.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Level Tears Apart.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, you like that.
I love the hits. Yeah.
Now you played on Saturday. You played Bangkok.
Yeah.
Would you play Big Star songs? Or do you like Big Star?
Yeah. I mean, they're a little harder to learn. I mean, Bangkok's just a blues, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really like. I don't. Journalists always they pick everything by. This is going to represent my influences, and we'll do this cover. It's slightly obscure, but not. I mean, I just play songs that somehow got under my skin, and I feel like I know them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can't just learn a song. I have to just sort of. It has to be something that I've listened to, and then I just feel like I kind of after a while it gets under my skin.
Okay. So I mean, you played 2 covers on Saturday. Are those covers that are in the set for this tour, or do you sometimes think I'm in the mood to play something else?
I think it'll rotate a little bit, but for it probably doesn't rotate as much as it should. Right. But we're just starting to get our footing.
Yeah, and you're playing quite a lot of new songs as well.
Yeah.
Which of those are coming across really well, do you think?
Well, pretty much all.
No, of course it wasn't. Yeah. Sorry, that's a tricky question.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm the kind of person that I'll tell a joke even if it's not funny and people don't laugh. If I think it's funny, I'll keep telling it.
Right. And you like that with your songwriting?
Yeah, I'm like that with my
playing
songs.
them.
Yeah, I don't. Doesn't seem to be going over very well. Really? Well, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I can't. You know what I mean? I don't have an applause meter at the back of the club.
No. Sure. But I mean, some of the songs that you write, I guess you can picture them going across in a live setting more than others, perhaps.
Yeah. I have to say, I like Morrissey since when he was living in L.A. And I'm very intrigued by Morrissey's relationship with the Latin culture, and Chicano culture, or Hispanic culture, whatever you want to call it. And I dig how he is really connected with that, especially in the L.A. area.
Is he seen around in LA, or does he?
I wouldn't know about that. No. Hanging out at discos.
Can we just finish off then talking about the current album? Who obviously Stephanie James plays on it. Peter Buck plays on it.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, he's a friend of mine, and we were talking about something else, something unrelated, and I asked him what was going on. He said, "Well, I'm just waiting for an invitation to come play on your record." Okay. I said, "Well, wait no longer." So and it was a thrill having him there and put everybody on their best behavior.
Right.
And he's really good with the hook. Really good with the hook. He's got a very precise style of playing. Yeah. Sometimes we had 3 guitars on the floor playing at the same time, and sometimes that can be a little bit of a cluster. Mr. Kershaw! I want you to join this. I want you to join this. We're doing a podcast. Let these guys have some fun, man. Andy Kershaw.
Yeah. It's weird. The Trust the Wizards podcast. Come and sit down.
Let's throw out the script.
Well, all the others have gone along to this green, so I can't be very long. I better go and join them.
Oh, all right.
You're going to eat
here? These guys are rock and roll enthusiasts.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Right, and it says Theo's Greek restaurant or something. All right, who's this for?
This is Trust the Wizards podcast.
All right.
And it's fantastic that you're here because you introduced me to Chuck's music because you played stuff from the Homemade Blood album, which I heard when
there we go.
We'll go back longer than that.
I'm sure.
Rotation airplay of Gas, Food and Lodging back in 1985.
Yeah. He also confronted Neil Young and said,
Neil,
there's something going on here.
There's a famous scene in a Neil Young interview I did for the BBC in 1985. They sent me out to Philadelphia, and Neil was doing. It was at the time of that album called the Country Harvesters or something. The name of his band at the time. It wasn't
the International Harvesters.
International Harvesters.
Okay. Old Ways.
Old Ways.
Album.
That's right.
Oh, damn,
and he had this beautiful Airstream bus, I think they're called. Those aluminium things, shiny. Big open air concert venue in Philadelphia. And he had this thing parked in the back, and I did the interview with him in there. And then towards the end of the interview, I said something to him like, "How much sort of contemporary music do you listen to yourself these days?" And he gave me some sort of bland answer and said like, "Oh, a bit, or not very much," or something like that. I said, "Oh, have you ever heard these guys?" And I had it ready in the cassette machine, and I hit the button on this thing, and it was Gas, Food and Lodging. And it was like, somebody said it was like when you blow one of those high-pitched whistles to a dog, And there it is.
There it is,
He was cocking his head from side to side, and then he said something like, "Hey, this sounds familiar," or something.
Yeah, it kind of sounds familiar.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Because they sounded like Crazy Horse, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you made him a fan, do you think?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know whether he ever followed it.
I don't know if that's Neil's nature. You know?
To be a fan, right? Yeah.
He never summoned you to replace Frank Sampedro.
Neil's got a, you know.
Hey, Frank Sampedro says this is his last tour. You better get in there, I think, Chuck.
I think Frank's come and gone a couple times.
All right.
Yeah.
I saw them I was in Cork in the summer, they had me over at a literary festival in nearby Bantry in Southern Ireland. And then, by just sheer coincidence, the night after I'd done my thing at this literary festival in Bantry, 30 miles down the road in Cork, in a huge marquee tent, Neil Young and Crazy Horse. So I got myself along there, and I'll tell you, I've seen him every time he's been to the UK or to Ireland, every time since 1979, with different lineups, you know, whether it was Crazy Horse or some other band. And Cork last July, at the age of whatever he is now, 67, was the best I've ever seen him.
Oh, that's insane.
He was on fire. He was just bloody brilliant. I saw him a year earlier at the NEC in Birmingham, and it was a bit flat. And he was visibly overweight, and he didn't look very well, and he wasn't very enthusiastic about it. Cork, this year, he'd shed loads of weight, he looked years younger, he was lean again, and he was just on fire. He was bloody great.
He's got divorced, of course, so I don't know if that's had anything to do with this. Maybe that's a new lease of life.
Well, we'll draw the line there.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
We'll turn that off when we get into the gossip, because it's pretty good.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to nip down to the grit, because my lad Sonny, who's now 17, said he'd come for the group meal, but he didn't want to see the band. I said, well, how do you know you don't want to see the band? You've never heard them. Let me play you something. So I played something. He said, no, I don't want to see them. It's not my kind of thing. So I think you come down to the restaurant and say, Sonny, you've got to come to this gig.
No, we're going to set it right.
Yeah, we're going to set it right.
Well, I'll stop recording now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, listen, this guy, he's never lost it.
No, damn right.
There's a fountain you'll never see. It rises up inside of me. And anyone can toss a coin, anyone can take a chance. And there's a crystal that bends the light, breaks the chain of it in the